Welcome back to Inside Texoma. Joining me now is Mark McKeithen, Executive Director of the Wichita Falls Area Food Bank, and also Beverly Dekoff. Thank you both for being here. She is the Childhood Hunger Coordinator. And, you know, we've heard a lot about empty bowls and really the importance of it serving to the food bank. So now we just want to hear from both of you, and you're extremely involved on the other side of seeing those needs met, of course. And one of those needs is for children. And they're a big part of this, of the food bank and the services that are provided. And you had just kind of a terrifying statistic, unfortunately, 1 in 4 kids, correct? Can you tell us what that stat was again?
Yeah, there are 1 in 4 children in the food bank service area and actually in Wichita County who are considered to be food insecure. They basically do not know where their next meal is going to come from. Their families have to make decisions about whether to pay bills, buy medications, or buy food.
Goodness.
And it's an incredible number. It's something that never occurred to me when I first came into the position. So
yeah, it's heartbreaking to hear.
It is heartbreaking.
But I know you are making a huge effort to make a change in those children's lives. And one of the ways that is done, of course, is through something called the Power Pack. It's a backpack program that actually helps these kids out. Tell us about this backpack.
Well, the backpack program was designed to reach the children who don't have, to help hungry children that don't have access to the school breakfast and lunch program. It's a weekend feeding program, in other words. And back in 2006, our food bank began this program, and it gets, we have, with partners in the community, we pack these bags with child-friendly food, little cans of food with pop tops, and some shelf-stable milk that doesn't need refrigeration, and the kids just love it. We execute this program or implement this program through the school system. The teachers there help us identify the children that are showing signs of chronic hunger. We figured that those teachers that spend a lot of one-on-one time with the children are one of the best referrals for us, and so they identify the children, and we get parent permission, and we're good to go with getting them bags of food.
Step in and fill that need. And that's a great point you made, because in case many watching don't know, there is the free breakfast offered at the schools, of course, and the reduced lunch, which I believe it's like 40 cents for them to have lunch that day, or some of it might be taken care of. And then you're helping fill the need for the weekend, whenever maybe that meal is not there. So how many are we talking about? How many backpacks go home?
I know that last school year across the region, and we had this in 10 counties. Our food bank serves 12 counties, so we have had the program active in 10 counties. We sent over 41,000 bags home. For the first time this summer, we were able to pilot distributing these bags over the summer, because that was another gap where there was. We didn't have those teachers to help, and we partnered with the Boys and Girls Clubs, and I think they were all Boys and Girls Clubs, weren't they?
Yes, they were.
Yes.
Well, and Southside Youth Center.
And Southside Youth Center and Straight Street, and they helped us make sure these children had this available to them for the summer. It was really, really awesome.
It's pretty neat to see that you're making a big difference in the lives of these kids, and I know you actually have even quotes and stories to share, really, of the impact that's being made.
Well, I do. Of course, any good program you evaluate, and we did some surveying of the parents and the teachers and the students themselves, and on the survey form we didn't really leave room. We try to keep that as simple as possible. They're coloring in happy faces whether they like something, they didn't, but one child took the special painstaking effort to squeeze in a comment that said, "It's good to know that people care." And that's what it's all about, that these children know that someone sees their plight and is going to do something about it. And we really do have some amazing partners with this. We have churches and corporations now that are partnering with us to pack these power packs. And then, of course, the school system, crucial to getting these packs delivered into the right hands. One of the moms, like I mentioned, we have these little pop-top cans of like beef stew and lasagna. One of these moms was taking these tiny little cans, single-serving cans, and putting them in a pan, adding in some potatoes and carrots, and making this, a meal for this whole family. It's just hard to believe that you can feed a family on the amount of food being supplied, but it's crucial to them.
It's something and also that was meant for just the child for the summer, but yet they've made it, for the entire family. So, wow. It's
entirely possible that, one child, for whatever reason, illness or, other activity or something, didn't make it to get the bag that day, and they're still stretching that one power pack to feed.
Now, how often then would they go out? Do they go out every weekend?
They go out every Friday.
Every
Usually
Friday.
Most schools distribute on Friday. And
that way they do have them. They're not having to save it maybe for a month or whatever. Every Friday you're making sure they have it literally for that weekend. And I know you were talking about the summer, but what would you like to tell people? Because I know giving is a big part of making this continue, and the effort, the donations from the community as well. Anything you'd like to say to them?
I'd like to say, first of all, thank you. The generosity of the people in Wichita County and in our service area is really unmatched. I just have never seen anything like it. From the smallest of donors to donors like the Pretty Foundation, Bernice Leith, who have been constantly behind the program and pushing us forward to get out and feed more children. Part of our problem, part of the gaps that we're facing now is that our donated foods are really being consumed at a much quicker rate than they used to be. If we see cuts in SNAP, for example, which is food stamps, that's going to take the need for the food banks and for charitable response much higher. So we're going to have to become much more reliant on local charity and local organizations and individuals for canned support, volunteer support, and for monetary support.
So there's lots of ways to help, and I think that's important to mention as well. If you're thinking, I just don't have any extra money to give or any extra food, but your time, I'm sure, can be of great value as well.
Time is wonderful. On Saturday, we had a group from Shepherd Air Force Base come out and work on our food reclamation project. We get salvage trucks in. We never know what's going to be on them, but we go through them can by can and item by item. And they go through it and went through it for us, and were able to clear off 4 pallets, and we were able to, glean some food from that. We also gleaned some other things. A lot of people are not aware that, we have 165 agencies, but we get dog food in sometimes. Yeah. So we've been known to donate foods to, to pets or to local agencies, but we also get things that the pantries can use. So there's a lot of things that come in through the food bank. Through the food bank that people are just not aware that come in, and it takes a lot of work to go through it, and that's where those volunteers are so critical.
Absolutely. Another thing they might not be aware of is really all the services you provide. We heard a little bit about the Power Pack, but that's just one of many, correct?
It's one of many. It's a program we're looking to expand. Kids Cafe is a program where we're currently providing a hot meal 3 days a week at the Boys and Girls Club. Hopefully, with our fingers crossed, we will be moving that to 5 days a week. We also work with all the food pantries in town and in our service area, providing them with foods, the Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program, as well as the Senior Brown Bag Program. So we have a lot of different things that we do to service the community.
Is there anything, if someone knows of a family maybe, and they're not sure, maybe it's one that is an elderly individual, or maybe it's someone who has a child and they're not sure if they're getting, the food they may need that weekend. Is there someone they need to call or contact? The
best thing they can do, and the state of Texas has this wonderful system set up called 211. Mm-hmm. If they can simply call 211, they will find references to food pantries that are open, to food kitchens. They will find references to just about anything they need, and that is one of the critical things that people need to know, is just call 211. That information is available, and we can direct you, they can direct you to the resources that you need to find. So.
It's an easy number to remember, too.
Very easy to remember.
211, and of course, we can put more information for you on our website about 211 and contacting the food bank if you'd like to volunteer your time or, of course, make a monetary donation or even bring some food by. Any last remark that you would each like to leave us with today, really just about Power Pack and the food bank and the need as we head in and we start this new school year?
I always feel like the clients actually say this better than I ever can. So if you would allow me to read a quote from one of ours. This is from one of the parent surveys. It says, "I work 60 hours a week, and I love the fact that on weekends I can fix a good, hot, healthy, quick meal so that I have more time to spend with my family."
Wow. You're right. They say it the best, don't they? Even
the
like the little child who said, who knows that
it's
someone
good to
cares
know people
about them.
care. Exactly.
Our goal is to eradicate hunger. Our parent network tells us that we need to be serving about 6 million meals a year.
Wow.
We're currently serving about 3.5 million meals a year. We have a lot of need to grow, and that's to basically eliminate food insecurity. That's not possible without the participation of the citizens in our service areas. So,
how much of a difference, real quickly, will the Empty Bowls campaign and the event that's taking place, is that going to have a big impact as well on the food bank, you believe?
it's going to have a huge impact. Every dollar that we receive can help serve up to 5 meals.
Wow.
In different components of 5 meals. So if you're looking at the money that they're raising, and I know what a great job Leslie and Paul have done so far with raising money, we're anticipating that a lot of need is going to be met by this fundraiser, and we are thrilled to death to have such wonderful, wonderful co-chairmen on the project. So they've been fantastic.
And like you said, the need continues to grow, unfortunately, so it's good to have that extra come in, I'm sure.
Absolutely, and it's going to supplement what we need, and what we need is going to continue to grow every year, and hopefully Empty Bowls will grow, and I'm sure it will with those two behind it, will grow right behind it. So.
Well, it's a great event, and we're excited about it as well, and we just appreciate you both taking time to share so much more about the food bank and really giving that personal touch, of course, to what you guys do every single day. So thank you both. We need to take another quick break, but stick around. More Inside Texoma is coming up. Welcome back to Inside Texoma. Joining me once again is Leslie and Paula. Both are here today talking about Empty Bowls. It's such a neat campaign that's kicking off, but you have something else to tell us about that's before that big day.
Well, as Paula told us earlier, Empty Bowls is something that can be tailor-made for a specific community. And so here in Wichita Falls, we have a very interesting component that local artist Pam Mahler took on, and she decided that we could have a gallery exhibit. And so she has contacted people to provide a piece for this gallery exhibit. And the criteria on submitting a piece for this is it must be a Midwestern State University graduate with a Bachelor in Fine Arts degree or a current or former MSU ceramics department instructor. And so we have 20 to 25 artists that fall into that category that are doing pieces currently that are their best representation of a bowl. And all of those pieces will be on display at the Wichita Falls Museum of Art at MSU. And it's a juried exhibit, so they will have someone come in and judge it with the top 3 places receiving a prize award for that. But they are all donating these pieces to Empty Bowls. So after the show, the pieces will be sold. So if you're an artist or you love art, we encourage you to come out and to see that and to purchase a piece of art, because all the proceeds from that exhibit will go to benefit the Wichita Falls Area Food Bank through Empty Bowls. And that will be on Thursday, October the 11th at the museum from 5:30 to 8 p.m. and it's free.
That is really cool. So what a great thing, even if you can't maybe take part in purchasing, go out and check those out. That'll definitely be something to see. So again, all taking place at MSU. And real quickly, we want to remind everyone about the date. $35 is your ticket. Can you share with us, where it is and when again?
Sure. It's Tuesday, October the 16th at the Wichita Falls Museum of Art at Midwestern State University. Hours will be 11 o'clock to 1:30. We're going to have trolley service. We're asking people to actually park in the JCPenney parking lot at Psych Center. We're going to trolley everybody back and forth so there's just not parking confusion. Tickets are $35 and can be purchased through our website, emptybowlswf.org. You can also purchase them at United Market Street, who is our presenting sponsor, and at the food bank.
And there's a lot of restaurants taking part in making this happen.
There are. We are so excited. A lot of the local flair will be featured. As Leslie said earlier, we have 15 restaurants. We're looking at almost 20 soups. They will definitely be favorites of everybody in the community. And as Leslie said earlier, we're hoping for cooler weather so we can actually savor those flavors.
And a list of the restaurants is on our website.
That's right.
Definitely check those out. And the best part, which I just think is so cool, going back to the bowls, being actually sent home with you as well to help remind you of the importance of filling an empty bowl.
That's right.
And ladies, we appreciate you being here today to share so much about empty bowls and really how it's going to help benefit so many families in our community.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. And thank you, Texoma, for joining us. We hope you have a great day. We leave you now with another quote on just how much your help and campaigns like Empty Bowls are really impacting so many families across the area.